in a world of imagination and mystery. You alone write your destiny. Will you be good? Will you be evil? Neutral? Chaotic? Will you be lawful? When it comes to adventure, it's all on the table.
Good evening. Welcome to the Camp Clearwater Massacre, Dungeons & Dragons 5e adventure that's, well, adventurous. My name is DM Lauren, and I work in association with DM Charlie Gaming at dmcharliegaming.com. And we're presenting this to the Transverse this evening of Friday the 13th D&D Horror. So with that, let's dive in and introduce our characters. All right. So, we've got 4 intrepid adventurers tonight. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I can start. My name is Mimi. I'm the head of media here for the Transverse, so you've probably seen me in a couple of other things here on this network. And tonight I'm playing a half-elf ranger character named Mimio. Also, I want to just say that my pronouns are she, her, as well as they, them.
Hi, I'm Dana, and I'm going to be playing
Hello.
Elendil tonight. She is a priestess of Bacchus, very different than the last Bacchus worshipping character I played, in case you saw that previous adventure. But she will be the party's cleric tonight. And both her and my pronouns are she, her.
Hello, I am Ben. I'm going to be playing Smurg the Unstoppable. And I use they, them pronouns. Smurg uses he, she pronouns.
Hello, my name is Chaya Ella. You might hear my friends call me Alice. And I will be playing Lexi, the roguish swashbuckler. It's my first time on Transverse. I'm very excited to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Yes, thank you both so much for coming on and playing tonight.
Well, to dive into the thick of things, as it were, our intrepid adventurers have been contacted by a woman who's very, very troubled. She's told them that she's had nightmares that her daughter, Alice, was killed by a masked killer in the woods. She believes that this is a premonition of things that will soon happen unless the characters intervene. She's asked them to go to the Camp Clearwater, where Alice works as a camp counselor.
And I think by camp, this is a summer camp?
This is a summer camp, absolutely. Why would it be anything else on Friday the 13th?
So we specifically got asked out to investigate this cabin on Friday the 13th. Like that wasn't coincidental.
You know, in this world, there are a lot of gods with a lot of good days, a lot of bad days. I'm sure it's fine. Besides, Bacchus wants us to be here. I'm pretty sure.
Now, I know that sailors aren't supposed to dismiss this kind of superstition, but I don't see much of danger around here. It's all just pretty trees and beautiful nature. I don't expect we're going to find much.
Yeah, I know. We're stuck in the woods, but we'll make the best of it.
Let's find whoever runs this camp and get this over with.
After having traveled several days through the wilderness, your patience is finally rewarded as you turn the bend and a massive wood sign reading, "Welcome to Camp Clearwater" appears. A simple painting of a lake is flanked by trees. It joins the woods. A few yards beyond, you see a timbered entrance to the camp with a few cabins lurking in the distance. As soon as you enter the camp, 6 young humanoids exit the nearest cabin and approach. They're all wearing pale yellow tunics with matching short pants. Each one has the word Camp Counselor embroidered over the left breast of the tunic. They're a friendly bunch. They all make their introductions very quickly. Ned, Jack, Bill, Marcy, Brenda, and Alice. A few seconds later, an older man joins you. He introduced himself as Steve. Hey, I'm Steve. I'm the camp owner. Welcome to Camp Clearwater. I'm really sure you can help us out.
Important question. Is Steve cute?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Is Steve cute?
Maybe a little bit.
Right.
He's clearly been working all day and kind of grody for it, but
Is that really the most relevant first question we should be asking here?
It is to me.
I think I was sent here with a purpose, and I'm going to be pretty clear about this strange letter that we received and their connection to the lady who sent it to us.
Sorry, which one of you was?
So, Alice?
hey,
Yeah.
that's me. Anyway, and Steve interjects at this point. I'll be back in 6 days. I've got to get the final load of supplies for the camp, and I'll be back soon. Anyway, and with that, he trots off and gets into his horse and cart and starts heading off down the road. The morning mist rising as he is obscuring his exit of the camp.
I beg your pardon.
Humans.
We had some
I will
questions.
never understand them pain.
So,
I'm
which one of
sure
y'all's in
these-
charge?
These fine folks will be able to answer it for us. They're counselors.
Which one of y'all's in charge while he's gone?
Well, it depends upon the day of the week. Ned is Tuesdays, Jack is Wednesday. Bill, hi, that's me. That's Thursday. Marcy is Friday and Saturday. And Brenda is Sunday. Alice picks up on Mondays.
I was not writing any of that down.
So,
Yes,
Marcy-
ma'am.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We all have fun here. We know our jobs.
Yep. So, anyway, Alice, apparently your mom is concerned about you, and she sent us here to make sure you were okay. And she apparently had a premonition. Does that happen a lot with her?
Oh, premonition. That's a new one. She is a worrywart, though.
Okay. Well, we're getting paid, so you mind if we hang around to just make sure that everything's okay?
Sure, why not? Today I've got to get a bunch of supplies from one of the storage sheds to one of the cabins that we're setting up. So if you want to help me with that, that would be great.
Yeah, as long
I'm
as we're
sure
here.
that Smurg would be more than happy to do that.
Smirk raises their hand.
All right. So, then in that case, she indicates that she heads up this way to one of the cabins up here, and where are we? And it's like, well, we've got a whole bunch of supplies that we got to transfer all the way to the other end of the camp, almost kitty corner. There's a cabin, basically at the far end of the lake. And so if you're going to help me, that'll make things go faster because it's just us and a broken cart.
Well, we could also try fixing the cart. It might make
Cop
things
broke
go
down?
faster.
All
What
right.
happened to your cart?
Well, I don't know. We got here and it was broken. I suspect it was broken last year.
So did Steve just ride off with the only working cart on campus?
Yeah, I think so. He's certainly got the only working horse.
Well, fair enough.
So we've been brought here to help with chores, huh?
No, we've been brought here to keep people safe, and might as well help out with the chores while we're hanging out.
Nothing wrong with a hard day's work.
All right, so if you're going to fix the cart, does anyone have either tinker's tools or the like?
Oh, no.
I surely do not.
Okay, well, then we're talking a bunch of strength checks then, as you lug supplies from, and I'm zooming out on my map, you might want to zoom out on yours, from this storage shed here all the way over here.
Oh, yeah. Right. Might they be athletics checks?
We can do athletics too.
Expertise. Alright.
I will be supervising.
Okay.
I got a 24.
But actually, I will go to Mimiel and say, "Don't worry, you got this."
Sweet. I know that's really going to help me out. So, can I just roll like this? Ooh, that was not a
That's
good
your
roll.
hit dice.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Let's see.
And
This
by
was
the
a
way,
performance roll?
No, this is athletics or strength.
and you get an extra D4 because I just cast guidance on you.
Athletics, gotcha.
And if you want to pick up a D4, there's a toolbar over on the left-hand side. And down toward the bottom of the toolbar, there's what looks like a D20. If you hover over that, then you've got an option of dice that you can pull up, including a D4. Do you see it?
On my character sheet or on the
No.
game?
On the main screen, where all the tools are.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
three
yes,
now.
the D20.
Right, and if you hover over that, you can pull up a D4. There you go. So your total is 14 then. All right. It takes you, with all of you working, there's 3,200 pounds of supplies. And it takes a lot of trips to get that done. In fact, by midday, you even take a lunch break. But soon, it's starting to get rather late in the day, and you have finished your task.
Cool. Do we get to rest in a cabin?
Well, you can probably join us and the rest of the counselors. We're in the big cabin in the center of the camp. That's the camp counselors' cabin.
Communal bunks.
Okay.
There.
At some point during the day, I'm going to try to identify the least trustworthy of the counselors The one
Well, you're only really hanging out with Alice. They're all off
okay,
doing
I'm
other
sorry, I thought
tasks.
they were all helping.
It's
Oh,
one
no,
a
no.
day.
Well, Bill was off mending a boat. Ned was helping old Mr. Coates. Brenda was doing a roundabout, checking all the cabins. So everyone was busy doing something.
Well, then I will keep my eye out for that tonight when we're all in the big cabin.
All right. Well,
Should we start making our way toward that cabin?
Sure.
all right. There we go. And you find yourselves in front of that same said big cabin. Let me open the door for you. Go on in. Explore. Alice heads straight up to the kitchen and starts preparing the night's dinner.
Cool. I found a couch to sit down on.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
What kind of supplies were we moving today? Was this lumber, metal, food?
Blankets, cots, not much in the way of food because that would have gone bad over the winter. A little
Like
bit
kids'
of rope.
activities.
Huh?
Kids' activities, toys, games.
So yeah, some of that stuff, yeah. And after a half an hour or so, Ned and Jack show back up. That's good smelling, Alice. What's for dinner? Stew. Stew? We had that last night. And the night before. And the night before. And the night before. But not the night before that. That was fish and
Smells
chips.
like good, Stu. Y'all complaining about? Oh, it's fish and chips. Fish you pulled out of this here lake?
Oh, well, no, I had that kind of smuggled in here, but none of that. And a few minutes later, Bill shows up.
Howdy, Bill. Come for the stew?
Of course I did. I'm trying to fix a...
Guys, Mike,
Okay. Is there
Sorry?
something we need to do about that?
not much I can do, but let me see. I'll just minimize this for right now. So I've gotten LMD on the kitchen. The last thing I heard was people complaining about stew.
Oh, all right. And shortly after that, Bill shows up, and he was starting to talk about fixing that cabin that bear broke into. Oh my God! And the bear scat all over the place. Don't want to talk about that as a job.
Y'all got bears in this
Was it
market.
unbearable?
I'm sorry.
Smurd.
Let me try and kill at least a few things on here.
Sounds like a very bad time.
It wasn't very good.
Has there been a history of bear invasions at this camp?
Oh, I don't know. This is my first year as a counselor here.
Who all
Mark has a
worked here?
question.
Please, Smart, go for it.
Where are all the campers?
Oh, the camp doesn't open for another week or so. We're trying to get things ready for the campers.
Yeah, that's why we're setting all that stuff up today.
You said it was your first year working here at the camp?
That is correct.
How many of y'all are first timers? How many of y'all are returners?
Well, and this is Alice. Me and Brenda, we actually used to be campers here many, many years ago. We came here, we met as became best friends, and the only time I ever got to see her was when we came to camp. And so when Steve offered the opportunity for us to become camp counselors, we jumped at it just so that we could spend some time together. And it's been pretty awesome. This is our second year as a camp counselor. Ned, he's the old timer here. He's been camp counselor here for 4 years. Yeah, this is going to be my last year too.
Why is it your last?
Well, the pay isn't that great.
Fair enough.
Well,
Ellen Deal's just kind of in the kitchen, fussing over the food and muttering to herself. She's like, yeah, that's okay. But the rest of you all, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. And because didn't hear a lot of that, I'm just gonna say I was casting Purify Food and Drink over the food as a ritual.
okay. Go.
I think that's one of the things that just happens.
All right. Jack speaks up. It's like, this is my first year here at camp.
Oh, what do you think so far?
It's great.
What do you aim to be teaching?
Glad to see the spirit.
Well, I'm a swimming instructor.
Nice. So actually, well, I'm sure for Jack, but also for us, because we're all new here. We only saw a couple of places on the camp. Why don't you tell us a bit about it and what all the buildings are for? I'm sure a lot of them are for the kids, but
Well, we've got big cabins and we've got small cabins. There's an old abandoned lumber mill up over to the north part, and we've got docks and boats on the west side of the lake, and on the east side of the lake is old Mr. Coates' cabin.
Do we have speedboats with motors?
Mr. Coates?
What's a motor?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Who's old Mr. Coates?
Oh, he's the groundskeeper.
Oh. I take it he's not going to be joining us for dinner then.
Oh, no. He eats his own dried fish.
Has he been here a long time?
I can only imagine. At which point Alice pipes up. Yeah, old Mr. Coates has been old Mr. Coates since, forever. He was here when me and Brenda first came. Speaking of Brenda, have any of you seen her?
I haven't really seen anybody other than Smurg, as I've been hanging out in the entryway living room here.
Who's Brenda?
Oh, she's my bestie, the other girl that I was telling you about. my friend, the other camp counselor.
Did we meet her this morning at the raft?
Yeah, she came out and greeted you when I did.
Right. Was she coming to this event?
Sorry,
Because it sounded like everybody was leaving.
Well, this is dinner time. Everyone shows up for dinner. And yeah, we can't leave the camp. It's 3 days to the nearest town.
Oh, okay. Then we should wait for everybody to show up, I suppose, huh?
Is she normally late for dinner?
Not usually, no. And it, in fact, has gotten dark outside.
We are, in fact, here under concerning circumstances. I'm sorry, I'm getting an echo, and it's hard to talk. Should we be worried?
Ooh.
Well, I'm certainly worried because my friend hasn't come back, and she's hardly ever late.
You know what? I can volunteer to just sit out here by the fire and wait for her and anyone else, wait and see who shows up.
Well, everyone's here except for Brenda.
Smurg pounds the table. Smurg will find Brenda.
Oh, okay, great. I'm going to come with you because I'm very concerned about her. Anyone else coming?
You know, I'm always in for.
All right, so who's going on the search party?
I guess I can come too. I was already offering to sit put, but it might be nice to get up and stretch my legs.
All right. I'm going to put you all at the big cabin. All right, where do you go look?
How dark is it getting
It's
out?
pretty dark. It's out in the countryside. It's a quarter moon, so there's not a lot of light.
Did we.
We lost Anna's camera. Oh, okay. Well, let's try to
Hello.
roll with it, I guess.
Hopefully she'll be back.
Am I able to cut through the tree line here to the cabins that are close to the lake?
Sure. It's not as easy as, the open road, but it's also not dense copse of trees either.
Okay. I just want to look in the direction of the cabins that are toward the lake and see if was it Brenda? Is that who we're looking for?
It is.
Yeah. See if I can spot any activity in that direction and if it's worth
Give me a perception roll.
trudging through the trees. Lucky number 11.
All right. Nothing really pops up in terms of your field of vision. No.
Okay, so it looks dead around the lake. That's probably not going to be the best place to start. then I would like to move down the road to the cabin that is closest to us.
All right. You see something flickering in the woods over here. Do you call to your friends? What do you do?
Yeah. I think I'm going to call out that I see something. But I'm going to
a stick from the fire.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, yes, we got Dana.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to exit out of Roll20 and move things around. Turns out my computer is more in need of replacement than I thought.
Okay. And we have a torch.
Yeah,
Yes, the torch is being brought.
you absolutely have a torch. So the rest of you head toward Mimio?
Sure.
Absolutely.
The question I was asking when I got cut off was, does anyone else here have dark vision besides me?
Smurg does.
Okay. Well, Smurg, do you and I want to wander off with so the torch doesn't ruin our eyesight? Come on, a fun moonlit walk through pine needle infested woods.
Smurg accepts this.
I knew you would. All right, come on.
Keep your mind on the mission, y'all.
Yeah, go up this way.
All right. As I was saying, Mimi and Lexi, you now see something moving in the trees, which is the reason why they were calling to you to see if you wanted to come and see it as well. You missed that part there, Dana.
Okay. In that case, we probably shouldn't have gone off in the other direction.
Yeah, so we're down here. And is it a voice that's calling to us?
No, you see some movement. You see flickers of light. Because you were told, do you want to join them?
Yes, if that's okay with Smurf.
It is absolutely okay. It's because you didn't hear a critical bit of information. So go ahead and move your tokens down.
Yeah. So what were they shouting about, or did we hear?
You haven't heard yet. But as you approach that copse of trees, there's a little flickering light that passes in between and through the trees.
Huh. What is that thing?
Okay, so now I'm going to call out then and see if it's our missing counselor.
The glow turns towards you, and the ghostly camper appears in the woods. Their voice is cold and low. You're warned! You are doomed! And tonight, nothing will save you! This land is cursed. Even now, a killer known only as the Stalker stalks these campgrounds, killing any living creature it meets. Unless you find a way to stop it, the slasher will kill you all. And with that, the ghost dissipates.
All right. First of all, says you. Second, rude. All right. So gotta figure out how to consecrate the land.
Wait, come back. Smurg has questions.
Perception rolls, please.
17.
Anyone else?
Just a second. Getting there. I have no idea what I just rolled, but I hope I just rolled
Nice.
something.
You did, and you did, and you did. All right, well, that's enough of you rolling high enough that not too far from where you first saw that flickering light of the ghost, you see something on the ground.
Huh.
Right. Smurg goes to investigate.
It is the body. A dead, dismembered body. And the face on this corpse matches the face of the ghost.
So is it one of the counselors? Are they wearing the counselor uniform?
Yes. In fact, you recognize this as the person who introduced themselves as Brenda this morning.
Well, that's not great. That's a little too dead for fixin' right now. So
Not excited about that outcome.
no.
It really seems like the first thing I would instinctively do is run back to our cabin where we were gathering and alert the other counselor.
Wait,
All right.
Didn't we hear
So-
someone over here calling us, or was that the ghost?
That was the ghost.
That was the ghost.
Smurg follows suit.
All right, so you return to the big cabin?
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Right. Are the other counselors still here?
The other counselors are still here. And Alice immediately says, "Did you find Brenda? Is she okay?"
Brenda's dead and dismembered.
That's
Alice
You might
just
wanna
is
sit
utter
down for that.
shock as Smurg says that. What? That can't be true.
Smurg, we talked
Her
about
body's back there if you want to go see.
Oh my god! And she starts running out of the
I
cabin.
No,
hey, Alice, wait.
No.
Don't try and catch her.
I'm gonna stop right there.
Alice,
All right.
Until we know what's going on.
Give me some dex saving throws to grab her. Some dex checks. I will take athletics or acrobatics either.
There's
we do athletics.
the dex, and here's acrobatics.
All right. Well, that's enough. You're able to grab her before she runs out the door of the cabin. And as you grab her, she collapses in your arms, sobbing.
Hey, it's gonna be okay. It's alright. Now,
She was my best friend. My
I
best
know.
friend in the whole wide world.
I
No
know.
one knew me like Brenda.
Hey, it's gonna be okay. Look, it's always rough when something like this happens. But she's gone to a better place, I presume. I mean, I didn't know her, but I mean, if she had a good friend like you, she's probably a good person, right?
I suppose.
So, here. Look, do you want to do a little ritual to send her spirit on its way?
I don't know.
Come here. Let's go sit by the fire. We'll do a brief, memorial for her, and it'll send her on to a better place. You can trust me. I'm a priest. Right?
I suppose.
All right. So, sit down here next to the fire, and here, symbol of my faith. She takes out a flask and unscrews the top, takes a big swig, hands it to Alice. Take a drink.
She takes a little sip and coughs a bit.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Now, why don't you tell a story about Barbara and a time this is Dana not remembering.
Brenda.
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 That's what I said. Brenda and your friendship and your time together?
Well, I've already told you most of the story. We met here at camp, and
Right.
we immediately became besties. We
But
we traded, little pony figures.
aw, what was something good she did once that the gods should hear about?
She always laughed at my jokes.
See?
I'm extremely distraught over here, and I've been in kind of crying shock since discovering the body. But I'm ready to pipe up now that the more concerning thing here is that the way that she died would really heavily imply that somebody here, or perhaps somebody unknown, but maybe even one of us, has murdered somebody.
Right.
And that fills me with a sense of fear and dread. And I'm going to need to have us address that once she feels like she's ready to talk about it.
Okay, let me just finish up the quick ritual here. I will let me talk to the gods on your behalf. I'll talk to my god. It'll make things easier. Hey, numbnuts! There was a good girl who died here. You should probably let her into the afterlife, the good one this time, because she was a good person. You heard her. She told a story, a good story, about her friend and good things that she did. So why don't you get off your fat ass and actually do something for a change? Amen.
On the wind, you maybe perhaps hear something resembling a farting noise.
There you go. Pat her on the back.
Well, that was great, but could we try asking if there's an available phone that we could use? It seems relevant to call the authorities
Well, I mean,
from a practical standpoint.
I think we're kind of, the whole point of the camp is that you're kind of alone out here, right?
So there's no way to connect with the outside world.
I think that's why they sent us.
Smurg has a question.
God.
Yes, Smurg.
How many boats do you have?
Well, there's like 4, but there's only like 2 that I would actually trust.
What are you thinking, Smurg?
And everyone else is accounted for, right?
Everyone but Brenda.
If there were enough boats, I was going to say just put everyone in their own boat and keep us all separate. So we could see each other, but no one could reach each other.
Which is great until the sea monsters get you.
Smurg fears no sea monster.
You would. It's not far today. Are there any local legends, things that, I don't know, tell a story of a slasher of some sort? We saw some kind of apparition.
That's putting it lightly.
I'm trying to keep the commoners calm.
Who are you calling a commoner?
I beg your pardon, that was out of line. I hope you'll forgive me.
Well, look. So you guys are all camped
But truly,
outside,
are there myths? Are there legends? Are there...
Yeah.
Well, I've not heard any, but doesn't mean they don't exist.
Wait. So.
Well, old Mr. Coates used to sell some of the scariest campfire stories.
Is
been here the longest. He'd be our best source.
Although he goes to bed right at sundown, he doesn't like being woken up.
Smirk believes it would be okay to wake him up for a murder.
At the very least, we should make sure he's okay.
All right.
I
So,
don't particularly fancy a trek across the camp in the dark.
With a potential murderer on the loose.
Smirk will go.
Always been, see in the woods. You're lonesome?
Oh, I'll go with him. Or with them.
Can two people break away while a couple of us stay here?
do you want to do that?
Everything in me is telling me not to split the party.
Well, why don't you come with us then?
Everybody moves
Leave
as
these fine folks on their own.
one continuous group so that we don't have to worry about being picked off individually.
All right. Bill, so you're just going to leave us alone?
No, Smirk says you're coming with us.
Okay. All right.
At the very least,
And-
Alex should probably come with us. Yeah.
Bring a torch. Stay by each other. Shout if you see anything.
Which direction was his cabin in?
Oh, it's the dock at the east end of the lake.
Smirk would like to know which way's east.
Over there. Okay. Well, then what I would love to do is take the path that goes straight down to the lake, right in between these two cabins, and kind of step out onto the docks here and look at our intended target across the lake.
Okay. What do you expect to see?
If there's a light on in his cabin or not.
There is no light on in the cabin.
Well, we know he's an early sleeper. So it looks like we'll have to start hoofing it around the lake, which I'd begrudgingly do.
Keep close to the water. Keep the lake on our flank so people can only approach us from one direction.
And it's going to bring us within range of these, I'm assuming, unoccupied cabins.
They do appear to be unoccupied. These cabins are much, much smaller than the big counselor cabin that you've been in.
They're like
These
the
are largely single-room dwellings. Give me a moment here. You have taken a path that the DM didn't quite expect. So one moment while I make a quick adjustment. And all right. Moving you all to a new little sub-map, as it were. And you'll be able to see things as soon as I drop your tokens out. Bill, Smurg, Lexi, and Mimeo. And we're going to have a token camp counselor token as well, because they're all huddling together as a group, so we can represent them with one token. So again, it's a bunch of small cabins by the lake.
Are the lights and fire actually burning?
The lights are, yes.
Okay. Are they some sort of magical light?
Yes.
Or are they, yeah.
Oh, should I be taking this now? Because I don't see. I just have a blank screen.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. You should have vision. You don't see your token at all.
No, I can see you doing the locator thing, though.
I see mine.
All I can see is my token on a blank screen, and that is unfortunately what the Twitch viewers are looking at too.
All right. All right. Keep yourself here in one place for a moment.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you could see that.
Yes, I can. Hit refresh on your browser. It's the only thing I can suggest at this point. You do have vision. There are light sources.
Try giving them dark vision. I've had that work before.
Are you seeing this stuff now?
I see like a red radius of
All right.
some things.
All right. That was the night vision. So I just turned your vision on and off. Did that illuminate things? Weird.
Yeah.
Try having them emanate a bright light.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do next. We're going to give you standard torch, because that's reasonable to have. All right, do you see the torch? The torch light?
Yes. Now things are appearing for me. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. It's very, very weird. Okay. All right. So, didn't mean for these cabins to take away, but I wanted to make sure that you could see them temporarily and know what their generally looks like. With that, do you move on to old Mr. Coates's cabin?
Yeah, I assume if there's people there that we would approach them and
No, there are no campers here. The only people who are supposed to be in the camp here right now are you and the counselors.
oh, wonderful. Yeah, if there's
And
nobody
old Mr. Coates.
then I will move past it and continue on to our destination of trying to wake who we believe is an innocent bystander in all of this.
All right. So, you finally arrive at old Mr. Coates's cabin.
Oh crap! I'm not seeing this either.
All right, let me also give you...
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, I know why. You being sadly a last-minute replacement, I pre-positioned a bunch of tokens, and including the player you replaced, and then forgot to put you out. That is my fault. There's Smurg, and I'm going to put out a fresh Mimeo token. Do you see Mimeo? Or is it still black?
I see just my token on all black.
All right, then let me give you... give you 60 feet. All right.
There we go.
What do you do?
No?
Okay, so is this a light on by his front door here?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to approach and knock on the front door.
I'm going to stand off to the side of the door in case he's the kind of person who shoots with a crossbow first and asks questions later.
There is no answer at the door.
Smirk is going to walk around the cabin.
You're
All
all
right.
examining the cabin. You're chilling back. I do try the door handle.
Well, it is certainly not locked.
It's not locked. Interesting.
Well, in part because you don't see a lock on this door.
Given the nature of the heinous act that took place here tonight, and the bizarre circumstances surrounding this spectral vision, I'm going to sort of push the door open a little while knocking, I think is the polite move.
Okay.
Because it's our duty to, if he is there and sleeping, alert him, so to speak, of what's happened. So I am stepping into the door frame.
All right. And on the bed, you see what you presume to have once been old Mr. Coates. He's in fact dismembered in very much the same way as Brenda was, almost as if his parts are put out on display for examination.
Oh, God in heaven. I stumble backwards out of the cabin and am in a terrified, shocked state, pointing frantically and averting my own torch.
I will take a hit from my flask, walk out, and examine the body.
All right.
Body parts.
All right. So what are you trying to determine?
Few things. First, what could have done this? Was it, a clean blade? Was it a saw? Was he ripped apart? That sort of thing.
Determining the cause of death.
Well, not so much determining the cause of death, but determining at least some features of what we might be up against.
All right, give me a medicine check.
Okay, and then I'd also, if you guys don't mind me taking 10 minutes, I'm going to cast Detect Magic to see if there's any residual magic here.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well if that's the kind of thing that you're used to doing here in these situations.
One other thing I'm thinking about is I haven't really what you'd normally call studied, but I've run across other religions in my day, and I want to see if this rings any bells. Like someone's being sacrificed to someone.
Yeah, please do, because I haven't seen signs that would indicate that this is anything supernatural. It looks like somebody is being deliberately killed.
Well, I mean, there was the ghost earlier. That was kind of supernatural.
I mean, regarding these deaths.
What's natural? I forget. Yeah, okay.
All right, so we'll deal with the medicine check first. And it looks like a big blade. Perhaps some sort of long sword or scimitar or something. You can't.
Light?
Pardon me?
Something machete-like?
Perhaps.
Yeah, okay. But you'd have to be pretty strong to do this with something like that? Or does it look like several hacks were taken at each limb?
Many hacks.
Okay.
It was a massacre.
Well, no, that actually makes me feel better, because if you were strong enough to sever a limb with one shot, that's pretty mighty. I mean, you know, I'm sure that Smirk could do it, but you know that's because there's Smirk. So, but normal folk they wouldn't be able to do that.
I'm gonna have to
Anyway.
put it down.
Smirk
So-
has an idea.
Can't wait to hear it.
Smirk was hired to protect Alice, correct?
Yes.
Why don't we take Alice and leave?
We could also take everyone and leave a note.
We got a fair few folks huddled around out here.
So are we going to attempt to all book it back together in one group to the
Well, see, this is a particularly defensible position. I think we should make our way back to the main cabin and
All right.
batten
Let
down
me
the
take
hatches.
10
as it
minutes
were.
and see. Yeah.
All
I
right.
agree that we got to get somewhere indoors.
Well, give me 10 minutes and I will see if there's anything magic that we have to deal with, or at least that I can see. So,
The answer is there is no residual magic.
Perfect.
great.
Where do you go? What do you do?
Well,
Folks, we're gonna ask
We
you
could,
to remain as
head
calm
back
as you
to the big
possibly
cabin.
can. We're gonna make our way back to the main cabin, and we're gonna do our best to figure out what's going on around here. And
All right, so you all head back to the counselor's cabin?
Yes, that sounds like the right thing to do.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Did you want me to make that religion check to see if I can?
Oh,
think of
yes,
something?
you can also do that.
All right. Wasn't expecting that.
Well, you've heard of many religions that use sacrifice in many forms. This doesn't quite smack you as a sacrifice. There's just something, you don't know what it is, but this isn't a sacrifice.
Okay. Yeah, this is not God-bothering stuff, and I say that as a professional God-botherer.
Well, that's good to know. We're not summoning any.
All right.
I ain't gonna jinx it. Right, do y'all have
Alright.
salt wardings? Any of you clerics? What are your specialities? Or are you just primarily
I serve a god of celebrations and booze.
we could pour some booze around the cabin, see what
I'm
that
I'm
does.
sorry?
I was
I mean,
Asking
if you
the
want to commit a mortal
counselors.
sin, you can pour alcohol on the ground instead of drinking it, but I certainly would not.
I beg your pardon, I have no intent to offend.
I would take stock of our defenses and remind people that I am capable of protecting myself because I have a bladed weapon and a bow. I don't know if that's relevant information to my friends, but
We're all adventurers hired on to protect these fine folk. I'm more concerned about if these folk can protect themselves. Or are they sitting ducks if a slasher were to corner you? Do you have a set of special skills, or I just want to know what we're working with.
yeah, exactly. Are our companions able to defend themselves as we
I graduated high school.
Right.
All right, so we're in charge of defenses, and we're gonna stay calm. We're gonna do our best, and all y'all are gonna make it out of this alive.
Precisely. I mean, why would we even doubt that? It's just two totally, probably unconnected murders. And, you know, all we gotta do is get out of here and alert the authorities, right? That shouldn't be too hard.
Simple task.
Smurg was only paid to protect Alice, so Smurg is just protecting Alice.
Fair enough,
Right.
Smurk. Why don't you
Keep that in
why
mind.
don't you stay? Where is Alice, by the way, in the room?
She's over here.
We didn't lose her on the walk, is what I'm asking.
No. You have not lost any of the counselors since you have lost Brenda.
Excellent.
Okay. So there are two counselors that look alike.
A little bit.
Alice and one of the others.
That would be Ned.
Alice and Ned. Identical cousins, no doubt. All right. So, may I suggest, and this is just a thought, that no one goes anywhere by themselves, even just outside to pee.
There's a restroom here in the building.
Hey, great. Let someone know when you're going even inside somewhere by yourself, including, like to the restroom.
Is this the only entrance?
So,
Oh, and this is Bill. Well, in my room and Ned's room, there are doors to the outside.
Oh, there are. Uh-oh.
why don't we go ahead and open up the doors to everyone's room so we can take a look and make sure there's no one hiding inside there?
Or make sure that those exterior doors are locked.
I was thinking more along the lines of a barricade. We've got tables and couches and all sorts of stuff. This is... Now, I'm trying to keep everyone calm, but this is serious. We can do some interior design.
I like the way you think.
There is no reason not to take every precaution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna start flipping tables and boarding up the main doors and any of these side entrances. I'm gonna enlist the counselors and my coworkers.
Whoa! Smurg does not like the idea of the main door boarded up.
Are you expecting?
Yeah, we should have one avenue of escape.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I stepped inside one of the bedrooms, and I'm just kind of wondering if I can test the exterior door and ensure that it is locked.
Yes.
Yes, it is locked?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right, and I'm also going to just kind of shine around in the room and see if there's anything of note, anybody hiding under the bed, check the angles.
Not that you can see.
Cool, so empty bedroom, locked door, I am out. Nothing in there, guys.
Okay.
Alright, well, I think we may be going back
Smurg
to
likes the
our
idea of
camp.
keeping an escape route.
I'm convinced. We'll keep one.
Did anybody else check this other bedroom?
So far, you're the only one who's been checking bedrooms.
I checked this one over here.
Okay. This was Alice and Brenda's room. And there isn't anything else of note in there.
Okay, I'm gonna step inside this one as well, ensure that the door is locked.
The door is locked, and there's nothing under the bed.
Cool, wonderful. I'm out of there.
This is camp, right? I think we're going back to
How warm is it
camping
outside?
roots and having a sleepover.
It's late spring. It's not awesome to be outside, but nor is it deathly cold.
All right. Do we have a fire going in here in the building?
Yes.
I say we douse it.
Wow.
To put ourselves in the dark. If
Because it's a source of light,
Trusting you,
and
Smurg. I can't.
things can see the light from everywhere.
I can't see in the dark.
And there are magical lanterns that ring this room.
Right. Well,
Oh,
So-
never mind.
Smurg wants us to sit in the dark and just lock the door and hope that that's enough to deter a break-in, a murderer.
well, keep in mind that the murderer found, you know who.
The other two
before,
victims in the
Out
dark.
in the middle of the woods, so
I'd say we've already broadcast our location numerous times this evening.
yeah,
So-
we walk with torches.
we are not a stealthy group.
Barricading the front door might actually be in the best of our interests. I would say. I would vote for it.
I would say we barricade everything except one of these.
Here's why Smirk doesn't like the idea.
Yeah, Smirk. I hear you.
Smirk does not like the idea of barricading the door because they could light the building on fire.
It's
We haven't
also
seen
an
anything
apparition.
demonstrate that's a way that they're willing to or capable of murdering.
Yeah.
We've already seen one apparition.
Well, also
today.
we just want
Yeah.
one. Yeah. I'm just saying we should probably have a route for escape.
Yeah.
One of those bedrooms where the door was locked but nothing else was in there, I think would serve as a potential escape route just as easily.
I think Smurg or I could kick down a locked door without too much difficulty. So I'm comfortable barricading everything except one, and that one we just leave locked. Smurg, are you comfortable with that?
Sounds good.
Smirk accepts the terms.
All right. Which doors are you barricading then? And which one are you locking?
I think we're barricading the front for sure, as the most obvious point of entry, and the rooms with side doors were this one up here at the top, correct?
I'm not seeing a ping. Oh,
I moved my character.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one and this one and
Okay.
this one all have side doors.
All three of these do. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, then I think I'm gonna advocate for actually barricading on this side. Just like barricade those rooms so we can control the central space and know if anyone has broken through without needing to go inspect.
All right.
So, sorry, clicking the wrong thing. Barricade, barricade, barricade. And then,
So now all we got to do is wait for the morning light, yeah?
What could possibly go
I'll
wrong?
take first watch.
Smirk perches their back against the door that is locked.
Which is this one, if I recall?
It was the top left one.
Oh, this one is the one that's locked. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
And
so
the rest are
put your token there then,
like
Swerg.
barricaded.
All right.
It was the store, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
I thought they were barricading on the.
Yeah, in the main room.
But you can do whatever you want.
Smurg clears his barricade and lays against the locked door.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. So, do you have a watch order? I heard that mentioned very briefly.
I said I volunteered for first watch. I'm also not particularly good at keeping watch, but I'll do my best.
All right, and that was.
Yeah, I'm a
Lexi?
night owl, so I'll stay up.
Yes, that was Lexi.
All right, and then who's next?
I'll take the. Actually, I only have to meditate for like 4 hours, so I will basically take every watch, but the last two, say.
Okay.
Or I guess that's just the first 2 watches.
All right, who's on second watch?
If
Smurg.
nobody is yet, I can do it.
All right, Smurg is on second. Smurg spoke first. Mimio, that's third. So looks like we've got 3 watches.
Is
Plus,
that
Lexi's doubling up kind of on the last one.
I think that was.
No, Ellen Deal is watching,
Ellen.
is doing the first 2.
Oh.
Let's see. We're assuming 8 hours of sleep or 8 hours of watches required.
Yep, and there's 4 of you.
So I'll take the first 2, and then you can either divide up the second 2, or someone can double up with me.
Okay.
I thought you and Lexi were going to both take the first shift. Smurg takes second, and I
Lexi
take
can
third.
actually keep watch, and I will calm everyone's nerves for people, try and help them get to sleep, tell stories. I've got the entertainer background, that sort of thing. Basically calm nerves and make sure everyone's, can actually get to sleep.
Okay. Excellent plan. Oh, go.
And I curl up on the couch.
You were saying there, Elendil?
I said, and I've got alcohol if that helps.
Okay, cool. All right. Then, first watch, that's Lexi and Elendil. Make perception checks, please.
A strong 12.
Pardon me.
There we go.
Thank you. All right, second watch is just Elendil by herself.
All right.
Okay.
I'm consistent.
Smurg.
Where's perception? 11.
Not so excellent. Because you don't notice anything until it smashes through the window and into the main cabin. All right. Spurg, you're back there. All right. Everyone but Spurg is surprised. You weren't able to get out any warning, but you do get your actions. Okay, so Lexi's surprised, Elendil's surprised. Counselors are all going to move on. The very last counselor action. But that puts you up, Smurg.
I move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I enter a rage.
Excellent.
And I attempt to knock this person prone.
Okay.
17.
17. All right. As you approach, though, I do want to show you something. Yes, it has that many arms.
All right.
All right, so this is going to be this creature is strong, Smurg. It's very strong. Perhaps even stronger than you are. Anything else, Smurg?
That was my action and my bonus action.
All right.
And my movement.
Yes, that's true. Mimio's surprised. The counselors are surprised. However, the slasher is not. It raises one of its arms, its machete arms, and it crashes down, slashing your shoulder wide open for 15 points of slashing damage. It raises its other arm, also connecting as it draws across your chest, blood gushing out for another 11 points of slashing damage.
Halved because of rage, or is that already halved?
No, I'm giving you the straight numbers.
Okay.
So, yeah, go ahead and have those. All right. We're back at the top of the order, and Lexi, you are now fully awake and ready to act as that thing is now in your presence. Lexi?
What will you do?
Are you there, Lexi?
Oh, I can't hear Lexi either if she's talking.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Lexi, if you're
Can't hear
talking. Yeah, we could see you wave, we just can't hear you.
And sorry, everyone in the audience, for the technical problems tonight.
All right, we're actually at halftime. Yes.
Okay. Oh, my echo's back.
There, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm going to. I was here, so I'm going to 1, 2, 3 steps of movement, and I'm going to basically jump on the ghost's back, and I'm going to try to grapple it with one arm from behind.
Okay, roll that.
Bold.
My athletics, contested by their acrobatics or athletics.
As I was telling Smurg just a moment ago, as they tried to grapple this creature, it's strong. It's very strong.
It surely is. Okay, well, then I'm gonna, slip off of it and, make my offhanded attack with my dagger.
Okay.
Which is a 15 to hit.
While you strike its body, you did not penetrate its thick skin, which is to say you didn't make its AC.
Excellent. I'm gonna run away. I can go up to there.
All right.
I do not provoke opportunity attacks due to my fancy footwork.
Fancy footwork. All right.
So I'm gonna, like, push off its back and push off the wall and backpedal away.
All right. Excellent. Elendil.
Well, as I accidentally previewed in the channel there, I'm going to cast Hold Person on this thing.
Okay.
Because it's very strong, but I'm not sure how wise it is.
All right. Your spell DC is 13.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Give me a moment. I am double checking its resistances and immunities. All right. Give me a moment.
And I will actually take a step forward to do that. And
That's wisdom saving throw. Okay.
And I'll cast this by saying, no, bad. Drop him, drop them.
I just woke up on the couch and I'm like dazed and confused watching all of this happen around me.
Elendil,
Yes.
you don't think this creature is particularly wise, but it is slippery to magic.
Of course it freaking is. All right.
All right, Smurg.
Smurg's going to make a reckless attack.
Good barbarian move.
24 to hit.
That will absolutely hit. Your weapon crashes into its side.
I don't know what damage.
Okay, so in the chat channel, where the word greatsword appears underneath your roll, click on that and that will roll damage.
13.
There you go. 13.
Woo!
As you draw
that's rage damage as well, which is, I believe, 2 at this level.
Yeah,
15.
15. All right. As your greatsword slashes into this creature, it's not as effective as you think it might otherwise be. It's hurt. Just not as much as you thought it should. Anything else, Smurg?
Can I spit in its eye as a bonus action?
Sure, why not?
All right. I will spit in its eye as a bonus action.
All right, Mimeo.
Yeah, so after witnessing this bizarre, otherworldly creature attacking my comrades and witnessing their struggles, I have special abilities that I am ready to enact. And because I am secretly a Monster Slayer subclass of Ranger, I am entitled to certain Monster Slayer magics. And one of which that I activate immediately upon deducing that there's an otherworldly threat is Hunter's Sense, which allows me to detect what a creature is and how to effectively harm it. So it sounded like there was a little weakness to magic, right? Is there anything else that I can learn
All right.
about the creature?
No, what I said was that it was slippery to magic.
Okay, so it's able to sort of evade that
but
sense?
Your hunter sense, if a creature's hidden from divination magic or the like, it doesn't work.
Okay, that's unfortunate. It does say if the creature's hidden from divination magic, you sense that it has no damage. Oh, immunities. Okay. That's all right. I still feel like in this situation, the best thing to do is try my hand at making my own attempt on an attack. I do have another skill called Slayer's Prey. I was wondering if this I could activate. That allows me to focus everything I have on one foe, and it increases the harm that I do to them. As a bonus action, I can designate the one creature that I can see within 60 feet.
Yep, and you can clearly see it, and it is clearly within 60 feet.
Rad, okay. The first time I hit the target with a weapon attack, it takes an extra 1d6 damage from the weapon.
Okay.
And so I, at this point, want to maybe step off the couch and, depending on the clear path of trajectory here, I'm able to shoot over these tables, right? Because I'm going to whip out my longbow. Yeah, I've got a longbow. So can I roll that from where I'm at?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Cool. I ready an arrow with lightning speed and let fly at the creature.
All right. You are panicked, and in your rush to get your missile off, it sails through the broken window past the creature and into the darkness.
Damn it.
All right. Anything else, Mimio?
Well, I am going to probably take a precautionary step backward as well.
All right. The counselors, all now panicked into all get out, are all screaming and running to the back of the cabin. Or to the front, rather. And that's the counselor's action.
Okay.
All right. The creature hits you yet again, Smurr, for another 15 points of slashing damage with its first arm. However, 5, 10, you may take an opportunity attack if you wish.
Yeah, I will. 7.
That will sadly miss. And uses its other machete arm.
Oh my god.
Oh, he just flew across the room and ousted one of the counselors?
That was Alice, right?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Important question. Dead or making death saving throws dead?
This is not an adventurer. If you can do something about it in the next round, it'll be okay. But that is its turn. Lexi.
Alright, well, this surely isn't gonna I'm gonna shout. Stay away from the windows. What is my accent? Too panicked to do accents. Stay away from the windows. We don't know how many there are. And I'm going to. How far away am I? I am 35 feet, so I'm going to take my bonus action to dash with my roguish, with my cunning action, and I am going to vault over some couches and draw my rapier as I do so, and with rakish audacity, try to stab the boy. And
All
it
right.
is not going to work.
It is not going to work.
Oh my god, this is not going well. And then, yeah, I'm gonna. Can I try to stand over Alice's body? Is that
Yes, absolutely.
in a protective manner? Is that legal?
Yes, absolutely. Let me send
that.
Alice to the background, though, so give me a moment. So you're over the top rip. There you go.
I do that.
All right.
Ooh, that's stupid.
Elendil.
All right. With my swift elven speed, I move to here and basically reach down to Alice and say, "Hey, what are you doing up there? Look!" And her wounds start healing.
All right. How much healing?
Let's find out. Level 1. So 9, and I believe that doesn't count the 3 points from my expert healer.
All right. More than enough, though.
Yep.
She shudders and screams out as life slams back into her body. Anything else, Elendil?
You can't cast 2 spells on a turn, and I didn't do an attack, so I can't do an offhand attack. So, can I pull her away from this thing?
Do you have any movement left over?
Oh, that's a good point. No, I don't. Never mind. So I stand there and try and look non-target-like.
Okay. Smurg.
Smurg moves so 30 feet to here, and reckless attack, bringing the sword up, down over their head, 15 to hit. That's probably going to miss because it missed last time.
Yeah. Its skull is rather tough.
What is happening? This is not good.
All right.
Garbage.
Mimeo.
Is it my turn to react here now? So what door was the one that we agreed would be the exit point?
Farthest away from us.
Yeah, this guy up here.
Yeah.
I would love to make a frantic mad dash for that room right now. Does anybody else feel like they're able to hoof it to the escape route? It seems like everybody kind of dashed into the center of action here where the creature is. And but now that the creature is down there and distracted with everybody, this is kind of an ideal time for me to slip out.
We were hired to protect these people.
My life is precious to me.
Fair enough.
I will say that, okay, seeing everybody throw themselves in time after time here in the last minute or two, I have just moved myself more strategically, but what I'm going to do is test my ability again, test my luck in launching off one more attack with my longbow. Just from this different position.
Does Smirk count as cover for me in case this misses?
What about Smurg? I couldn't quite make out.
Sorry, I said, does Smirk count as cover for me in case she misses?
No.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
I see it's 35 feet away. So is that cool? I'm gonna blast away with my longbow.
Okay, please do. Your arrow thunk solidly into its back. Please roll damage.
Ooh, okay. That's a reasonable number to be an armor class.
Is this how I roll damage?
Click on the word longbow in the chat channel below the number where it appeared.
Oh, I'm sorry. There you go.
All right. However, while it thunks solidly into its back, it's not as effective as you think it ought to be.
Yeah, naturally. It's evaded my detections, and it's evaded my arrows. And it seems to have evaded all of my comrades' advances as well. Which tells me, well, we're pretty screwed overall.
You have drawn its blood. It is not invincible. Anything else, Mimio?
I'm gonna hang here in the corner and sort of assess the situation.
The counselors, they are going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 60. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40.
So they're following me, huh?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There we go.
Did Alex go with them?
All right.
Did Alex go with the rest of the counselor?
No. She is still underneath Lexi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clinging to life, right?
No.
No, she's quite healthy now, thanks to the ministrations of your
Perfect.
somewhat quasi-inebriated cleric. But because the slasher looms above her, she dare not move. With that, the slasher screams, and a wave of madness crashes off of it. And
It's looking at me.
everybody but Mimi and the counselors up there, you need to make a DC 14 intelligence saving throw.
Oh, it had to be intelligence.
I'm good at that one too.
13.
I mean, good. None of my saves are above a 3. But...
Quick question. Does this count as being charmed?
No, this has nothing to do with charm at all.
All right.
even a little bit.
Oh well.
All right. The wave of madness crashes over you as you scream, your skull splitting and aching for 9 points of psychic damage.
Oof.
And then a shower of sparks envelops the creature. And it disappears.
Oh. It just magically disappeared.
And this is where we will take our halftime break. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
Oh